So let's begin by finding our comfortable space. Find a place where you can feel at ease, and a place that brings your focus. And allow yourself to gently sink into the space. Each part of the physical body meeting the earth, connecting and grounding through the roots. You feel at ease, and yet you feel stable in your space. And you allow yourself a few moments just to settle in. And as you settle into your space, if you notice your mind is busy, just take your awareness to the breath. Breathing in through the nose, filling up each part of the body, and then taking a deep exhale out, letting everything go. And repeat this as many times as you need to give yourself the opportunity to relax. And don't worry if the mind is busy. Allow those thoughts a moment, and then allow them to move on by. And as your breath becomes stronger, you notice the mind and body begins to calm. Everything feels completely peaceful. And then we will gently begin our full body scan, taking your awareness to the toes and working your way up through the feet, connecting to each part of the body. Checking in with the ankles, the heels and the legs. Continuing to work your way up into the knees, past the knees and into the tops of the legs, into the hips, coming up into the stomach, up into the upper body, the chest and the heart space, into the shoulders and all the way back down the arms. Making sure you get down to each fingertip and back up the arms, past the elbow, into the neck, coming up into the face, the mouth, the nose, the cheeks, ears and eyes, up into the top of the head. And you complete your full body scan, feeling connected, feeling at ease, and ready to open the mind and the heart to new possibilities. So as you sit there in a peaceful moment, Allow the mind to begin to wander. Allow it to take you to a space that you love. A space where you can be free and totally focused on yourself. And as you arrive there in your space, you're met with a familiarity that takes you into a calm sense of well-being. And today we're going to take ourselves on a journey that will allow us to open the mind. The human mind has the potential for infinite development. And if you can discover, even in a small way, that true satisfaction comes from your mind, then you will soon realize that you can extend this experience without limit, and that it is possible to discover everlasting satisfaction. The mind is truly a beautiful thing, but we do need to learn how to focus it and not allow it to wander to a place that can be detrimental to our own well-being. So as you sit there feeling at peace, let's take your awareness to the mind. And I want you to acknowledge how the mind feels today. Is it particularly busy? Is it a troubled mind or a happy mind? Notice if there is a thought that goes around continually looping, or if there are lots of sporadic things happening. For some of us, we may feel a tension within the mind because we are focusing or worrying on something so much. For others, perhaps it's a beautiful sense of peace we're feeling. But regardless of how you're feeling, just take the moment to acknowledge it. And then we're going to hone in to the mind. And as you dig deeper into the mind, you begin to notice chains and locks all the way over it. Each section of the mind has these chains with padlocks on it, holding on and securing parts of the mind, and only letting small parts of us come through. But today we will free the mind, and we will free it so that we can be open to learning new things. We will free the mind so that we become more compassionate. And we will free the mind so that we can look at the world in a new light. But we will keep some locks still on the mind. And this is simply to protect our mind from running too free, so that we begin to overthink. If you're ready to release those locks, you can. But for some of us, many of the locks will remain. So as you look into the mind, draw your awareness to one of those locks. And the first lock that you're drawn to is the lock that represents our wisdom. And our wisdom is built through our experiences. And it's the ability to look for the lesson in the good and the bad that allow us to gain the wisdom. So if you're ready to free the mind so that you can look at each event that has happened, so that you can look at it with a new light, then please release the lock. Just allow the lock and padlock just to fall to the side. But do not worry if you are not ready. Allow that lock to remain. And then we move on to another lock. And this represents our relationship. And it's the power to see people for who they are, whether it's friends, family, partners, colleagues. No matter what relationship it is, it's the ability to see that person for who they are and to accept their differences. Nobody in this world is perfect, and we will never have the perfect relationship with anyone. But what we can do is learn to accept and appreciate the differences we have to our friends, our colleagues, our partners and family. So if you're ready to acknowledge and accept these relationships for who they are, for what they stand for, then please release the lock and allow the chains to fall. And releasing this lock does not mean that we will let everyone back into our lives. It just means that we will accept we're all different and we all choose to live our lives differently. And then we take our awareness to the next lock. And this one represents our career, the things that we decide to do in our time. So if you do work, you need to ask if you're in the right job. Have you followed your dreams? And if you don't have a career yet want one, if you're ready to take the steps to get in there, then release the lock. Those who are retired, ask yourselves if you fulfill your life accordingly in a way that gives you satisfaction. And for those who cannot work for whatever reason, ask yourself if the hours and the minutes that you spend during the day are spent and happiness, or what more can be done so that we can actually be fulfilled. And if you're ready to take those steps, no matter how challenging they first appear, then let that lock go. Let it be free. And then we bring our awareness to another lock. And this one represents our physical health. And each one of us has a different level of physical health. But if you're ready to live to your full potential, being as physically healthy as possible for you, then release that lock. And that can be whatever it means to you. Each one of us will have our own limits, but each one of us can achieve great things that are suited to ourselves. So if you're ready to open the mind to the possibilities that you can truly reach in your physical mind, then let that lock be released. And the last lock that we will open today is one that is special. And it's one that focuses on our mental well-being. And this isn't about anyone else. This one is truly about you. You don't have to focus on anything but whatever makes you happy. And if you're ready to make yourself truly happy, to start enjoying life, engaging in activities and hobbies that make you feel complete, surround yourself with positive, uplifting people, then let that lock go. Let those chains fall down. And for some of us, these areas are all that's holding us back. And your mind will automatically feel a great release. You will see a world of possibilities. And for others, there will be many locks still there. But it's important we take time to release the locks bit by bit. And you can release them whenever you're ready. Whether that's today or whether that's at a date in the future. But remember that the purpose is simply to unlock the mind to be open to new possibilities. Don't allow the mind to wander too far so that it causes you distress. Sometimes humans are prone to allow the mind to make up weird and wonderful scenarios for events that have not happened. And while the imagination can be a beautiful thing, it's only done so when used at the right time. We still need to have the strength and awareness to refocus and to remind ourselves of what is actually true. So take a moment to look into the mind again and notice that the areas that we focused on feel free. And notice that once we've released the mind, the feeling of being ready for new possibilities travels down into the heart and it goes forward. The human mind never stops learning and growing. So give it the love and attention it needs. Take these areas and allow them to flourish so that you can experience a life without limits. But most importantly, a life of true happiness. So we now leave our space and we come back to the physical body. And as you do, you begin to feel the fingertips and toes. You feel the body moving as you take a breath. And when your body and mind feel that connection once again, you gently open your eyes, feeling as if anything is possible.